Hey guys, before this episode starts, I want to talk about some pretty cool news. Okie Investigations now has its own website. It's truecrime.blog, and it is a running blog for crime stories and for this show. So if you're a true crime buff and you want to see some cool things that we gathered while researching each show, including a timeline of events that we put together, newspaper clippings, court documents, and much, much more, come check us out at truecrime.blog.
1, 2, 3, and...
Hello everyone and welcome to Okie Investigations. My name is Trevor Shelby. In this episode, we're going to discuss the Ghost of Robbers Roost that has haunted the Oklahoma Panhandle for years. That's right. This week we'll be talking about true-ish, crime-ish stories of fright, despair, and general all-around fun. In this episode, we'll discuss what's happened, why, and what's happened since. But first, if you're a first-time listener, to experience this podcast to its finest, hit that subscribe button so when we have new episodes, you will be the first to know. Then, head on over to our Facebook page. Here we can discuss the case together, and perhaps come up with our own theories on the many cases that will be featured on this show. You can find us at facebook.com/Okie Investigations. Now, I'm not going to do a lot of preamble here. I'm not so sure how long my voice will hold out. I've had some serious sinus issues as of late. I think the state of Oklahoma is trying to kill me with all of these weather changes. So this week, and probably next week, we'll be discussing some of the creepy stories that I found in Oklahoma's dark, haunted history. To set this one up, I want to give you the source of information here. If you want to know more about Robbers Roost, it's located just east of Black Mesa, Oklahoma. If you go to the Oklahoma Historical Society and search the term Robbers Roost, you'll find some great information along with a lot of links to its history. There's also a wonderful Facebook page called Robbers Roost. Go check them out. The link is in the description. They have some beautiful photos of the area that has been completely untouched since these stories taken place. Now, according to the Oklahoma Historical Society, Robbers Roost is located at the highest point in Oklahoma in the Black Mesa region on the western edge of the Panhandle, commonly known as No Man's Land. Robbers Roost boasts a history of majesty and myth. Situated 4 miles northeast of Kenton, Oklahoma in Cimarron County, in its grandeur, the 35-foot by 16-foot cave resting 7 feet above ground allowed easy escape through the north or south entrance, provided heat and cooking space with numerous grand fireplaces, and afforded ventilation and protection through 27 strategically placed portholes. According to legend, those who frequented the hideout entertained themselves with a full-size bar, piano, a plethora of girls. The Coe gang, headed by William Coe, remained the Roost's most famous resident. Numbering between 30 and 50 members, the gang began forays in Fort Union, New Mexico, and Fort Lyon, Colorado, to steal army horses, mules in the late 1860s. The legend of Robbers Roost resides in local accounts of an army attack on the hideout. In the fall of 1867, a spy of Fort Lyon joined the gang and informed his superiors of their location. A contingent of 25 U.S. Army regulars marched to the stronghold with a cannon in tow. At sunrise, the bombardment began, and the walls of the stone structure soon crumbled. Some of the bandits put up a fight, a few were killed, and others, including William Coe, fled to the surrounding hills. There's a consensus that the end of the Coe gang occurred following a final capture of William Coe. Without their fearless leader, the gang members simply disappeared and never raided the area again. Now, what they don't mention is William Coe fell at the hands of what they call prairie justice. He was in a jail, and the local residents decided that they had enough of him, and they raided the jail, pulled him out, and they took him off into the prairie, and they hung him from a tree, and then they just left him there. And then years later, a road was being built, and the workers that were building the road actually found remains, skeletal remains, underneath a tree, and those remains are believed to be William Coe's remains that had just been left there hanging from a tree. Now, you would think, with this being a haunted, scary, spooky story, that William Coe would be the ghost of Robbers Roost, but no. There's another, more interesting story about that ghost. Now, I found this story in the Landmark newspaper, which was a paper based out of Rush Springs, Oklahoma. The paper's date is August 27th, 1910. So we're talking about a story over 110 years old. So that's pretty incredible. The story is titled Ghost of Robbers Roost. Since Robbers Roost has been brought into the limelight in connection with the Gore investigation, old-timers are recalling the story of the haunted creek near that place, and wondering if the ghost of Robbers Roost still makes her annual appearance. A few years ago, parties of curiosity seekers made pilgrimage to the haunted spot near Robbers Roost to see the ghost. Their curiosity was invariably satisfied with one visit, and there are numbers of persons who say they have seen and heard strange things on the bank of the little stream near Robbers Roost. The story of the ghost is an Indian tradition. The old Indians say that long before the Civil War, there was a fort near what is now Robbers Roost. A young lieutenant stationed there fell in love with an Indian girl and married her. They lived happily for a few months, but the soldier grew tired of his squaw wife, and the girl grieved over the loss of his love. One evening in October, she mounted her pony and started for a ride. The little stream that ran near the outpost was filled with treacherous quicksand, and the soldiers watching the girl as she crossed the stream saw her turn and wave as if bidding them goodbye. Then they saw the pony floundering in the quicksand. The girl was either thrown or threw herself from the horse. When the rescuers reached the spot, the horse had floundered out of the sand, and the soldiers heard the animal galloping through the woods. But the girl had sunk beneath it, and her body was never recovered. The old Indians say that every year, on the date of her death, the spirit of the girl returns. She is said to be dressed in filmy white and to ride a white horse. The superstitious Indians say that the girl's spirit beckons others into the quicksand, and that when watchers go to the spot, the sound of horse galloping into the woods beyond can be heard. No Indian will go near the spot after dark. I found this to be a pretty interesting, incredible story from Oklahoma's early history. I didn't really realize that there were so many kind of ghost stories of the time, and it's kind of neat to see something so old and so relevant to the time period. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be researching and looking up other ghostly stories. Most of these will be provided in bonus episodes for the show. Some of them may also only appear on our Facebook page, so make sure you go over there, facebook.com/Okie Investigations, and check that out. Anyways, guys, I hope you had a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next Sunday. See ya.